Rick Wiles is a fundamentalist Christian radio host, and his new pet issue is conspiracy theories. So he's going to talk about the Las Vegas shooting here. He went on his radio show and offered a new theory for us.
The deep state is a Nazi state. The Daily Mail in London is reporting Mandalay Bay shooting hero Jesus Campos was pressured into giving his only interview to Ellen DeGeneres because the giant company that owns the Las Vegas casino feared he would spill the beans about the shooting timeline if he were grilled by real journalists. MGM is worried the families of the 58 people murdered, as well as the 546 injured in the Mandalay Bay massacre, will launch lawsuits potentially worth billions of dollars against the company, according to sources. And they thought Campos might not keep his story straight under the pressure of the TV lights and tough questioning.
That's right.
That is why Campos, age 25, appeared on a daytime chat show hosted by a fast-talking, dancing comedian. And let me add, a lesbian, because this Nazi regime is a gay, lesbian Nazi regime, just like the Nazis in Hitler's day. Hitler was a bisexual. The top Nazi leaders of the Nazi party were homosexuals. The Nazi takeover of Germany was a militant homosexual fascist takeover. That is what's taking place in America today.
Huh? What the fuck was that? And so he starts out by saying the deep state is a Nazi state. And then he goes on to give the facts about an article where the security guard from Mandalay Bay, he had given two different timelines of events that happened during the shooting. Why? I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit that happens in a situation where there's a guy who's a mass shooter taking people out. Did he fuck up in one of the explanations and say, yeah, I guess it was 5 minutes or I guess it was 10 minutes? I don't know the details of it. I don't really care. That's not, evidence of, obviously now there's a greater conspiracy. But what jackass fundamentalist boy here is doing, he's using that as evidence to then turn around and say, well, obviously it's the deep state doing it, and the deep state are Nazi lesbians and gay people. And then he goes on to say all the top Nazis were gay. What the fuck? So you see what he's saying? He's saying the mass shooting that took place, 58 people dead, hundreds injured. The mass shooting that just happened in Las Vegas, it wasn't this guy who did it, this one guy who did it, who apparently had been plotting this for a really long time. And it's crazy because he had a clean record before that, so there seemed to be very few signs. But it's not him, no. It's really carried out by the Nazi LGBTQ deep state. That is literally one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. First of all, the Nazis killed gay people. Second of all, what the fuck are you even talking about? There's this book written by a fundamentalist Christian called, I think it's called The Pink Swastika. It's about how, yeah, we figured it out, guys. It's okay. All the Nazis were basically gay. The top Nazis were gay. And it's just an attempt to smear gay people. And to say, oh, yeah, no, you can't, we're going to have gay marriage? The Nazis were gay. I guess you like Nazis. That's the whole fucking attempt of it. This guy fell hook, line, and sinker for that. And now he's saying the U.S. deep state is doing the mass shootings, and, oh yeah, by the way, they're LGBTQ Nazis. Who the fuck believes this shit, man? They live in their own little universe, and they all have their own pet issues, and they revert everything back to that. You really can't look at a tragedy where 58 people were killed and hundreds of people were injured. And by the way, of course there's going to be no logical, like, hey, maybe there's a way to fix this situation through policy where we limit the number of mass shootings, if we do universal background checks, if we ban high-capacity magazines. Just common sense approach. Nope. The answer is it was the Nazi LGBTQ deep state, and obviously we have to take them out. I really hope for the sake of everybody that nobody listens to Rick Wiles and goes, that guy's on to something.